So alright guys, now to draft your cropped bustier, you need your basic borders, the half scale with the bust darts and the waist darts. If you don't know how to draft your basic borders, I suggest you check through the channel for our video on how to draft a basic bodice. So once you've drafted out your basic bodice, the front and the back, the first thing you actually want to do now is to tighten the underbust. This is my underbust line. I'm starting my underbust. Now I'm going to divide my round underbust circumference by 4, and then whatever I have now, I'm just going to go ahead and measure it here. So after measuring now, I'm left with about 1.25 inch. So this 1.25 now I'm going to divide it into 2. I'm going to put half inch towards the center front here, and then I'll mark my 0.75 towards the side front. You want to go ahead and use your own accurate measurement, and then you come in with your curve now and connect it to the bust point. Remember, your line should not be too curvy, and always try to avoid sharp lines too. Let me connect it. Then I'll place my curve to this other part now and then connect it like so. So once I'm done now, instead of connecting it all the way down like this, I'm just going to go ahead now and just connect it straight down. This is to actually avoid sharp points at my underbust and to avoid squeezing at the underbust when I'm done sewing my bustier. So once I'm done now, I would measure what I took out from this waist now, and then I will add it back to this part. So what I took out is just about 0.25. I'm just going to go ahead now and connect it back to the bust line like so. Having done that, now the next thing you want to do is to take the width of your shoulder and then divide it into 2 to find the midpoint. I just want to have about 2.25, which I've marked, and then I'll proceed to connecting it to the bust point here. So once you do that now, from your underbust, you want to go ahead and measure your cup height and then input whatever measurements you have here. So my cup height here now is 6.5, which I'm going to mark all the way to the back of my pattern. So this line will serve as my overbust line here. Like so. So this serves as our overbust line. And to get this measurement, what you want to do is to place your tape under your bust or the bust of your client and then measure it over the bust to the fullest part of the bust. So once you have this now, we are going to do our overbust tightening. And the standard for overbust tightening is about 0.75 on both sides, making that 1.5. If you're making this an off shoulder, or if you're working with a plus size client, you can actually make it 1 inch. You take out 1 inch on both sides, making it 2 inches, and you don't need to add back because this is actually an excess we are taking out of our pattern, so you don't need to add it back. And then I'll just go ahead and connect it back to the bust point line like so. So can you see? Now to get your cupped bustier now, you want to go ahead from this center front now, you want to mark 0.5 or 0.75 depending on the size of the bust. So for this now, I'll be using 0.5. When I open it up, the separation is going to be about 1.5. I'm going to mark it all the way to the over bust and all the way down to the waistline here, and I'll connect it using my ruler. So this is it now, 0.5. Once you've done that now the next thing you want to do is to go ahead and mark your cleavage. So now from your neck depth now, you want to determine where your cleavage is going to stop. So for me now, I'll be using about 4.5 from, I'll measure about 4.5 from my neck depth and then mark it. You can come lower or go higher. So I'm just going to mark that point there, like so. This is where my cleavage is. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw out my neckline by just folding my pattern over, like so. I'm just going to fold my pattern, and then I will draw my neckline, like so. And then I'll just proceed to connecting it to this part here. I just use my marker so I like to so you actually get to see this very well. So I think I just want to go ahead and just blend up this part here. So remember, this is where my cleavage is stopping. So once I've done that now, I'll just open up my pattern like this. Now you're going to come in with your curve and place it on this center front line from the underbust, like so. See that I'm placing my curve. You want to take your time because you don't want this line to be too curving. Now the distance between this curve and this center front line now should not exceed 1.5, in between 1.25 and 1.5. So here now I have about 1.25, so that means I'm good to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw my cup like so, and then just blend it into the line like this. So this is going to be my center front cup. Now to get the cup for this other side now, you want to go ahead and close up this bust dart, and to do that now you need to cut up this pattern here. I'm just going to go ahead, cut up this pattern here. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut or slash my shoulder dart line open like this, and then I would close my bust dart like so. Like this. Now go ahead and blend up this part here. So I've blended up this part. Now to get the cup for this other side now, you need your cup width. Now the cup width is taken from the side front to over the bust to the center front line. And in my case now, my cup width is about 7.5. Now the reason why you should use your cup width is that it actually gives you accurate cup size. So nothing like going back and forth, use 1.5, coming by 2 inches. No, this gives you your actual and your accurate cup size. I'm just going to go ahead now and connect my cup like so, using my curve. You want to take your time, and then I'm just going to go ahead and connect it like this. So can you see? And then I'll come to this part here and blend up my bust line so I don't have a sharp point. So I'm okay with this part now. Now don't forget, you can also go ahead and raise up your armhole or your chest line by 0.5. Now to the back now, we want to go ahead and determine the back neckline now. So I'll be matching up my back with my back armhole with the front armhole like this. I'm just going to go ahead and mark this down like so. And now if you want a strap or you want a yoke, you are free to go ahead and draft your yoke. All you need to do is to just about come in about half inch from this, from the neck width, and then maybe half inch from the neck depth, and then connect it to get a new neck. That's if you want a yoke, but if you're making an off shoulder, you're good to go at this point. And then if you want this trending back neck, you just want to come down by 1 inch and then just connect it like so. But please do not forget to do your back tightening. So you want to raise this chest line up. You want to tighten it by 0.25, like so. This automatically goes. And if you want the back loop, all you need to do is to just take in about 1 inch from this part here or more, and then just connect it. That's if you want the back loop, like so. And at this point, you have your loops, or you can even install your eyelets then. So I'm just going to go ahead and tape this part down now. And then I would cut this open. Because I actually want mine as a tube, I won't be making use of the yoke here. So I'm just going to take out the front yoke. But if you want yours with a yoke, you can just go ahead and cut out your yoke, like so. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out my cup now. So this is the front. And then I'll go ahead now and cut out the back. So it's going to have loops at the back. So I'm just going to proceed to cutting this part out now. Now I can proceed to closing your dart. So it just comes as a single piece like this, or you can cut it out. And also don't forget to indicate the upper part, the side back. This is the upper part, and I want to indicate this is the side back, the center back, and this is the side back. So this now I'm closing up my dart so I can actually have it as one piece. I'm just going to go ahead and tape this part down now. And then we're good to go. So you can see, you want to ensure that both sides are actually matching up. And then this is our front pattern, and you can see your cup to bustier is ready. So if you actually found this video very helpful, please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.